started to learn when he was 16. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. This is really quite windy conditions for these aircraft. A beautiful display. Well done. Give them a round of applause. In their helmets, truly the motorbike of the air. And Mr. Slipsticks taking off in the Storch, ladies and gentlemen. Nesta will, I think under these conditions, quite easily be able to stop this aircraft. You will actually see an aeroplane park in the sky. Nesta's a terrific display pilot, and the Storch is locally made, just over the hills. Nesta can fly home from Port Macquarie in just a few minutes. Warhope is Nesta's home. He makes the aircraft at his property as a factory, and this aircraft is certified to international standards. It's fully certified, so it has the same pedigree or the same construction standards as a Cessna or any other aircraft. Nesta's really able to fly this plane slowly. Now, if you have a look at this aircraft when it lands, you'll see why. It has very, very big flaps, very big control surfaces, and of course it's quite a light aircraft. It's powered by the Rotax 912S, 100 horsepower, water-cooled, 4-cylinder, 4-stroke engine, looking like a car engine, driving the propeller through a gearbox. And there he is, pulling the aircraft up, full flaps, pointing the plane into the wind and reducing power, and he's almost stopping. Just dancing on the controls there. Yeah, nearly stopping. His forward speed or his ground speed is no more than about 5 kilometres an hour there. He loves doing this. Kicking the plane sideways, slowing it right down. Now, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, the Storch is fully certified. You can buy it fully built, or you can build it yourself from a kit of components, which Nesta sells. The pilot is the manufacturer. You don't get that very often. Just talk to the man in the plane and he will tell you all about how to build this aircraft from a kit of components. Cost, in case you're wondering about the number on the check, around about $60,000 to $70,000. I hope, somewhere around about that figure anyway. We'll buy you the kit and the engine. Nesta bringing the plane in, full flaps, straight into the wind. If his landing rolls more than a cricket pitch, he's going to try and stop it. Oh, there you go, one cricket pitch length, and he's off again. That's called a bounce and go, pulling the aircraft straight up into the wind. He's able to climb very, very steeply. This is basically an all-metal aircraft, and it's actually around about a 2/3 or 3/4 scale of the real Storch, which was developed or flown during the Second World War. And I don't know the exact story, I'm going to find out one day, but the full-size version of this aircraft was used, I think, to rescue Mussolini from a hilltop. Yep, that's correct. It was used to rescue Mussolini, the Italian leader of the Italian something, army, whatever. Excuse my lack of history, but it was a very historically significant rescue. This aircraft was landed on the side of a hill. And a similar plane is featured in a Mel Gibson film called Air America, where he does some very spectacular manoeuvres with a very similar vehicle. Nesta's just dancing along the strip, almost hovering, and showing how low the ground speed of this aircraft can be. He's got the flap set, he's using a little bit of power, he's just on the stall. He's working quite hard in that cockpit, and he's coming along the strip there at no more than about 5 kilometres an hour. And that's his ground speed. He's working very hard. That's a gusty wind out there. And that's a very slow... You could run alongside that aeroplane if you're fairly quick at running. You could almost run along and hold on to the wheel. If you want to do that any other way, you've got to spend a lot of money on a helicopter, believe me. And he's working hard. Look at that, dancing on the controls, because when a plane is going that slowly, you really have to move the control surfaces quite a lot in order to